Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're well. Hope you've had a good weekend and are ready for another exciting week of trading. So, let's get on with it without any further delay. As always, we look at the monthly chart, starting off with the GBP USD pair, as we always do. So, as you can see, there's not much has changed from the gradual pattern that we've seen of a downtrend. We are still in the parallel channel that we drew from a long while away, as you can see. So let's bring that up. So that's in here. And parallel channel, as you can see, we're in literally this huge parallel channel that we're coming down from. And, we've literally, it was all the way up there, but we weren't going to hit that. For a multiple of reasons, as we already discussed before. So if you remember, we had this, quickly go over it before we move on. So we had this Fibonacci retracement, we had the 0.66 over here. We had the Elliott wave count, which turned out that this is a wave 4, and now we're going to head down. We're heading for wave 5, basically. So that was the reasons why we rejected from where we did reject. And if I remember, there was a monthly there as well. Yep, there we go. As you can see, we just tapped the monthly and came back down. So that's always good to know. Just our overall time frame. Right, so let's get rid of this. We don't need that anymore. There we go. Okay. So drawing our monthly levels, because it is a new month that has started. So it is. Let's have a look. We've got anything really that we can draw. So we've had a massive retracement from the moment we've opened. And I think we can draw the monthly level here now because I believe this is a new monthly that's been created. I'm looking at rid of the one on the top, to be honest, because that's now been broken through. So I'd say this new monthly that we've got here is a better monthly, because it's a new monthly, and we've sort of, could say we've retested and gone back down again already. Okay. And then we've got the monthly below us as well there. We can keep that one. Even though we have gone through it, but you can see it was a level of support because we retested it and then went up. And yeah, I think that's us done for the weekly terms. So let's move on to done in the monthly terms. Let's move on to the weekly terms now. So week-wise, let's turn them on. Okay, so we've got a few there. Got a new week that's just about to be created because it's not. The new day started, the new week sort of hasn't. We may create something around here, but to be honest, it's so close to this bottom weekly. This one here. Put this one here because pretty much same, but it's a more accurate display. You can see we've retested it. Went really high up all the way to that weekly, come back down, and we've got another weekly. So are we going to head up or down? Well, we'll see. We'll find out. We'll find out where the volume levels are. And while we're here, just want to quickly have a look at the fixed range volume profile. So let's do it from this. So yeah, the point control, as you can see, is that weekly there, and the bottom of the area level is still, value area range is still below us. So that's one possibility of liquidity. We say, this is basically where there's the most amount of point of control is the most amount of trade, so most amount of volume. And these are the value area low of the range and the high of the range. Right? So as you can see, we've got a point of control on that weekly, lining up absolute perfection. And the bottom we've got here, you can say this zone in here near the monthly. So potentially we could head lower, I guess. But whether we do that, we'll see, because we already had one type, second batch of this. So could be heading a bit higher before we decide to come back down. So let's do this a little bit further on. Now let's do it from, we just want to cover all this area. Because we were before. Wow. So that shows again that weekly level is huge resistance if we do ever go back up to it. You can see why as well, because look, we rejected, and if we come back again, perhaps we'll probably reject as well. Unless we come up with a really strong volume, really strong levels. Or we sort of consolidate below this weekly and then go back up. So this weekly level is the same here. 1.273, 36, 274, all the way up to 1.275 basically. Is high volume range. So yeah, high resistance. And below us, for the whole value, we've got it here, that's 1.20. So you could potentially argue that is the next real support level if and when we head back down. Right, but remember, this is on the weekly level, so it doesn't really give us much in our day-to-day trading. So no more weeklies to be added at the moment, so we would have a new weekly here. We could potentially add later, but I don't see it giving us much value to this. Right, let's do daily. Okay. Daily wise, let's turn on the daily levels. We've got a few dailies there. And we've potentially got this daily here, but we've got the weekly there. We can still do it. It's still a valid daily. It hasn't been broken through, I believe. Let's check. Let's check actually. Horizontal rifles. Yeah, I guess we're sort of hovering around it, to be honest. So you could say we have broken through it. We've gone through it once, we've gone through it a second time, we closed below it. So we can leave it for a few days and see how it plays out. That's definitely one to, we could probably get rid of very easily. Apart from that, nothing really below us that we need to draw, and nothing really above us, because that's covered by, that is definitely a daily. Let's change that to daily. Okay. So that's a daily, but mind you, we've just went through it. It didn't hold up as any support whatsoever. But it could help if we were to go back up, it could work as resistance. So we'll leave that for time being. Above that, we've got the monthly and the weekly up here. And we've got these dailies, but yeah, I think we could have these. They're very, as you can see, they haven't broken through yet because we've rejected from there again and again and again. So they're still valid levels. We haven't closed above them basically. Okay. So that's how levels done. Okay, let's put these dailies into daily charts. Makes things a little bit easier. And let's get rid of these for that again. That one. Channel. Right. So this key level, I believe, is still valid. So yeah, as you can see, we had support, went through resistance, back tested to the point, drop down through it again. So potentially we could retest this support level. So I believe if we go to a higher time frame, it is still valid. I think that was in the daily level. Okay. But yeah. Oops. So I think previously wise it was fine for support, because you could see that support. But yeah, I still think it's valid because we've had like one time, second time, third time, turn into resistance, retest. retest again, then gone back up, retest there, and then gone through it again. So potentially it's still a valid level. We can leave that as a key level to say it's near the daily as well, between the monthly. This zone here basically, you could argue, is a key level. And then if we do our fixed range volume, so let's do it from all this zone, because this is a zone that we've sort of covered. So let's go to the monthly and the weekly for just to clear things up a bit. Yeah. So as you can see here, we've got the top of the range, the point of control. As you can see, it's worked out really nicely in terms of resistance, and we've literally bounced off the bottom of the value of the range. Yeah, so that's why we've bounced. So more than likely, each time we bounce, we do tend to go up. So at least we'll go up a little bit from the looks of it. We go back as far as here. Move it back down a bit. If we have oh, we have a daily there. There we go. Look at that. And you remember when you mentioned the 1.25 level before as well, when you did a higher time fixed range volume, that also came up as 1.25. So yeah, that level's coming up again and again, the 1.25. So when we head back, if we were to go down from here, for example, during a week or something, that could potentially be a level of support to 1.25. But I think this is it sort of rose up from here, really. So we could do it from there. We want to include the bottom bit. I'll say this probably is placed because I think that's good enough. So I'm going to leave this one on there because I think this is really, really good. It matches up with this weekly sort of thing, around this zone that you could say we did touch the weekly, sort of go back up. And remember, obviously, this updates as it goes along. So this point of control does move as the trade goes on. So this is the good thing about that. Is it's not reactive in the sense that it's not a past indicator, it's a live indicator that it updates as it goes along. I guess you could argue that a lot of others do as well, but this one just works out a lot better and it reflects a lot better. So yeah, so that's that. So we're at support basically at the moment. So we've got this, we've got the weekly level. So let's see what else we've got. We want to draw a replacement from there. Yeah, we'll look at that. We've got the 0.66 level, which is there. We've got the weekly, we've got that. So we've got 3 levels of support. And that, in my sense, sounds like at least we're going to have some sort of I understand, obviously, we've had one that's gone through, and then now we've got the second one. So it makes sense for it to have a little bit of a rise as well. Perhaps not as steep as this one, but at least to have some sort of a rise before we head back down. That just validates that this is a support level we're at the moment. Okay. And then look at 0.5 works out perfectly in line with the point of control. So that is huge resistance. Point of control, weekly level, 0.5 level. It would make perfect sense for it to go up here, grab all this liquidity, and then get back down again. For maybe perhaps even front run it, at the least. Okay, so I am a little bit bullish this week. I mean, of course, by all means, the market does what it does, and it could head back down as well and take out this low. But in my thinking, I reckon we probably will head up a little bit more at least. So the 0.5, which we have so much liquidity here. Okay, so that's that. So in day wise, what can we do? Let's zoom in a little bit more. I guess that makes sense because this is where we come down from, so could become more liquidity. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that doesn't work out very well. So it's thinking like obviously we're in a wave 5, right? So let's do, and this will pretend, without a doubt, this will be an extended Elliott wave. There's no way this is going to be a short Elliott wave. Unfortunately, they don't have extended waves on them for some reason. But yeah, let's have a look. So 1. So then remember, this is within wave 5, the 5 waves within, or at least the 5, but there's always an extended one as well. So I'm not going to count this because I can count this really. I don't think it's actually broken. 5. We've got loads to go through. So yes. Just me thinking out loud, but yeah, that's not correct. So in terms of tools, we can also, the ones I like are the linear regression tool. So basically, anytime you're outside of the red, it's basically a parallel channel. That's what it is. But on the time frame that you think it's better. Above it, it's oversold, and below it's undersold. But it's not. You've got to use other tools. You just can't trade on that because potentially you could have bought here and then you would have been waiting a long time to come back into profit. So just on its own is not good. It's probably better for like, let's go a shorter time frame. Yeah, like a 4-hour time frame. It's the equivalent of a parallel channel. You can just use this instead of drawing out a parallel channel if you want to. As you can see here, this is probably a little bit better. But according to this, you can probably head back down. But everything else that we've done in the higher time frame points upwards. So that's one one indicator that I find slightly useful. We've got the RSI one. This is obviously never really accurate. Sometimes it's good, but it's just, it gives you, the only reason I use it is because it provides you with a better overview. So you see lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then potentially now it's saying this is a high low, which means probably, because if we go from here, say we've made this as a higher low, which would mean potentially we're going to go up here and take out these highs. I guess it makes sense as well, because if we open up the rest of our levels, yeah, got this monthly here, make a lower high, but we're going to stick with our normal time frame. So I wouldn't use any indicator on its own just to trade, but I would always, yeah, have a look. It gives you different perspectives. Some of these are pointless, like this one, just this one doesn't help. I don't know why I even got it there. This is another point of control, fixed range volume sort of tool. This gives it to you for each level, which I find sometimes helps a little bit. Gives you a better understanding of where you are in the little time frame rather than having to draw every single fixed range volume one. And then you've got this liquidity swing, and that sometimes helps as well. Just gives you where liquidity is. So yeah, right. So trading plan. So trading plan is as simple as always, that we will look for areas where there's going to be high volatility or where it goes to take out liquidity. As simple as that. That's my simple trading plan really, is to remember, it's not key to understand where price is going to go exactly, but more than that, it's to understand where is price looking to go to. So there are two different things. One is you're predicting, okay, I think it's going to go here, right? But the other is like trying to understand, okay, where is the price heading to? Where is their liquidity? So if I'm a big investor, if I'm a big bank and I want to buy pounds, where do I want to see? Where will I have enough buyers from? Because if I buy in the middle, the price will just shoot up and it'll cost me more. So in that essence, you could say, so look, we are at support. This is potentially where people are starting to become a little bit bearish. The heads that we've had a massive downturn, and perhaps we're going to consolidate a little bit. And it makes sense as well. As you can see, look, we've headed down, bit of consolidation, head down, bit of consolidation, a bit of a rise, then back down again. Consolidation, down. A much wider consolidation, head back down, head back up again, then head back down. Again, it makes sense for us to have a bit of a consolidation, perhaps even just to go something like that. Let me draw it for you, it'll be easier. Right. So something, if we were to do something like that, and then head back down again, take out all these lows, do a bit higher, and come back down again, and then do a steeper, which makes sense as well. So we would head up from here and head back. So in terms of immediate, where am I looking to trade? Well, let's go to one other thing before we do that. Turn on the magnets. Yeah, so we head up from here. This level on its own is not good enough to trade. Problem is, like, apart from a long, I don't see any other trade at the moment, not today anyway. Unless we were to head back down from here and take these lows. Yeah, we've got quite a few lows here of this here as well. Unless we go down there, that's probably a bit short. The only short is basically here where we are at the moment, at the bottom of the range, and we need to head back up. Well, all this, I mean, this was a huge dump from Friday. So we've potentially got all this fair value gap to. So as quick as we come down, the same speed we could easily go back up. And then if we were to at least retrace back 0.6, 0.618 or anything like that, you could argue, yeah, works out perfectly over here with this monthly level. So potentially we're going to head up to the monthly level here. At least as some sort of replacement, or at least the 0.5 level, without a doubt. We've got to hit the 0.5 at least. .5, and then we can come back down. That would be my short, and my long would obviously be where we are now. So the other thing is, one other thing I want to do was create my own parallel channel, as we always do. I find this work really well. Remember, I guess this works. So why not? So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, a lot of touches on the channel. But we are just holding it down, really. Remember, we had the month of August. Month of August is always sort of sideways channel because just holidays and whatnot, and not much news, not too big news anyway. Yes, we had obviously Friday, we had a good day. News, but not massive news. So that's why that's always interesting to have on the month of August. It's generally sideways. But now we're in September, so it was something that definitely. You could argue we're also in this sort of range sideways as well. So yeah, we're also in this range as well, you could say. And then we were at the top of the range, that's the middle. I think this is probably a better range, but a better parallel channel. It's got the middle, that's been respected here. More or less respected. Retouch, respected here. Yeah, you could argue this is probably a better So remember, these are not accurate. It just sort of gives you a time. It gives you a better understanding of what the price is doing at the moment. So basically, at the moment, we're going sideways. We're heading a little bit lower, but sideways, 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 lower, and still. So we're now, you could say, from this weekly below, this is our new range. So if we go from here, and you can see again that makes that well as well. Middle of the channel, middle of the channel, middle of the channel, resistance, support, and down again. So middle of the channel slash. Oops. Go back to the other one. Oh, it's like we shouldn't waste too much time on this. You can just play around with it. Because the problem with channels is that you're creating something that's from your opinion. It's your perspective. So spend too long. It just helps to give you a better option of what's going on. So that's it really. There isn't much to add on here. We're just going to wait for the price to go up. I think at least to the monthly for us to take a good short. So the monthly would be good short. Long from where we are, or lower here, taking out this low. Apart from that, there isn't any real trend showing at the moment because we've just had such a massive fair value. But it's massive capital as well. That needs to at least come back. So that's that one done. So I'm just going to put it in the 15-minute chart just to save it. And then if we, in the 15-minute chart, we do another exchange volume. So we were like sort of going sideways here. You can see. So all the volume for this is literally all the way up there. So there isn't much else volume around here unless we go all the way down here. The rest is all the way back, especially in this range. But 15-minute chart is not good. Let's go at least in now chart. We could do this whole range, this bottom range. Either way, that still works out to be more support. If here's the point of control of this little range, we sort of hit it, and yeah, we saw this when we zoomed down, didn't we? So yeah. Either way, the signs are the price needs to head up. But we'll see what happens. So that's that one done. That's GBP USD pair. So let's see how it goes, and let's see how well our calculations sort of add up on this. And then in terms of the XY, let's do monthly level first quickly. Not much. I found this is working better and better now in terms of correlation wise. So let's get rid of this. Let's have a few weekly levels that are already going on. Let's create a new group and call it weekly. Weekly, weekly, and weekly. So monthly wise, let's go some monthly levels. We don't need to spend too long on it. This is fairly simple really. What we've got there, and we're at a monthly moment. Which will probably just hitting or half hits. Anyway, and below us we've got another monkey. Because we're not trading this, we're just using it for terms in the sense that you can see when this is at support, that means the pound should generally be at resistance, and vice versa. Okay, so that's fine. I'm happy with that. Yeah, and then we can go. On. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's do weekly. We've already got some weekly levels. See, I'll put that up. If we've got any more. I've got the monthly here, so no point doing more weeklies. This is already broken through. We've broken through it twice. We've retested this. Go weekly here. That would be literally the second time we're going through it. We are pretty close to monthly. We have the other weekly here at 10359, 549. You want to do 103. Yeah, they're too close together. It's not worth it. And nothing really above us, and nothing really below us that hasn't been recorded. Perfect. And daily wise, there usually isn't much for the DXY because we're not daily trading it, just in case. So like we've got this fair value gap that needs to be. If we were to come back down and go above us, then we'd have this level of liquidity here, and then we'll go up there. And that would even really mean bad things for the pound. Okay, and yeah, so below us, so daily wise is not growing. We've got this, but then if you come down here, you expect it to be not really going to bother much. What I want to do quickly is see if any. Yeah, so if we do head back down, we've got more support around the 61866 level between those zones. Yeah. So we have this support level at the monthly, which so if this heads down and the pound goes up, so there isn't much here for the pound to resist against and go all the way up here. So it'll be interesting to see what happens at this monthly. But then you could see this monthly as being in accordance with this weekly. So remember, they have to make it exactly. So while this heads up, that goes back down, but you could argue that this is in this zone. So when it heads back down, it's still going down. So it heads back down from there. We've got the monthly at 1.3663 and one final thing. Small one down here. Well, it's till this. It turns out to be 13. So yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with that. See that. Yeah, so that's my trading plan. So at the moment I'm looking for it to go much higher. Resistance wise, we want to take an intraday trade. Yeah, honestly, that works out to be the best up here. So we've got this daily, which is at the bottom of this value area here. Got a bit of a daily here, which you could argue is this daily is the equivalent of this little monthly resistance. So again, if we drop below it, then here if we go above it, then expect this level of 1.6433, and here we would expect 103.633. That's we would head in parallel to each other. But yeah, let's see what happens. Hope you guys found that useful. Let me know what else you'd like me to use, what else you'd like me to do, and then hopefully we'll get better as we go along. Right, thank you very much. Hope you had a good day, and I shall speak to you guys all soon. All the best. Bye bye.